hiking the Table Mountain Peak Cluster in Wrightwood. Parking outside of Table Mountain Campground is 10 miles west of the junction of Highway 2 and Highway 138. The hike goes through the campground and onto remote forest roads. The difficulty rating for the hike is moderate.
The hike begins.
First, entering the campground by foot, since there is no free parking inside. Fortunately, though, I can walk in for free. Turning right at Site 40 and heading for Site 112. Making the right turn at Site 40. As campgrounds go, this is a rather scenic one. Approaching Site 112 and turning right. Picking up Forest Road 4N03. Dealing with a blowdown on the road. Fortunately, that's not the end of the world, it is easy to bypass.
Then, the pavement ends.
Sneaking a glance at Peak 6678 while getting immersed in the forest. That would be the second peak I visit on the hike. Quickly reaching a road junction and staying left. The road not taken is for the aforementioned Peak 6678. This time, glancing toward Peak 6703. Getting a clear view of Peak 6703. A second blowdown makes the hike even more interesting. The road continues past the peak, so I needed to veer off the road. I found a reasonably clear and easy way toward the high point. Eyeballing where I needed to go to get to the highest spot. Utilizing the route of least resistance to get there. While reaching the highest point I could detect, I considered this unmarked spot the high point and declared victory. The summit 360. Elevation, 6,703 feet.
The summit shot.
Finding a way back to the road. Turning right after returning to the road. Retracing steps to go back to the junction to go to the next peak. Going left at the junction. This begins the portion of the hike on Forest Road 4N04. That's where I experienced blowdown number 3. This created a bit of a hiker's obstacle course to get past. Away from population centers, it gets very peaceful while on foot. After the road bottoms out, it climbs to the peak. The climbing begins. The road bends away from the peak. Then, it quickly gets back on track. Approaching the summit. As the road levels, time to leave it to reach the high point. I once again eyeballed where the highest point would be through the forest. On the summit of Peak 6678.
The summit shot.
When ready, I went back the way I came.
On the road again.
This time heading for the campground. Appreciating the scenery as I go. One more shot at the down tree. Making a left at the junction, leading back to the campground.
Back on the pavement.
Making a left in the campground and heading towards site number 40. Then, making a left at site number 40.
Leaving the campground.
A hike wouldn't be complete without also visiting Table Mountain. To reach it, I continued up the road past the restaurant. While once again eyeballing a route to the high point, I left the road to reach it. A tower sits on the summit. Meanwhile, it is on a frisbee golf course, so going this way instead of the road avoids being annoying to golfers.
On the summit of Table Mountain. The summit benchmark.
The walking summit 360. There's a frisbee trap right next to the summit. Elevation, 7,516 feet.
The summit shot.
Heading down the same way. Mission accomplished. The hike in review. I started by passing through Table Mountain Campground. After site number 112, I turned right and left the campground behind. I first summited Peak 6703, before doubling back and then visiting Peak 6678. I then returned through the campground and continued on the summit of Table Mountain. This is a very satisfying hike while getting credit for 3 summits.